Hello viewers and my dear students. Welcome to session 1 on isometric projection demo of the main problems. As you know, I have covered basic problems, main problems and frustums under different sessions of isometric projection. In this session, what I am going to do is, under the main problems, it is actually the problem number 16, which is one of the simplest problems. How to do it in isometric, I'll show using solid edge. Okay, these are all offline video help files prepared by me, Dr. B. Gurudutt, former professor and head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Bangalore Institute of Technology, KR Road, Bangalore 4. And presently working as Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Nitte Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Yelahanka, Bangalore 64. See here, now the problem number 16, what I've done under different sections is this. Okay, there are the problems what will be given to you also will be on the same lines. There will be two solids or sometimes three solids one above the other. Yeah, you have to draw an isometric projection of the combined solid. Now here there are two solids. One is sphere and the bottom solid is cube. Okay, and you have to draw the isometric projection of the combined solid. The base solid is a cube, top solid is a sphere. This has been done in my session. I have explained there how exactly it has to be done and all that. Now I'll show it using solid edge. Okay. Now you see here. First I'll start with one XY line. Okay. You see here, this has been done. Now, as you know here, the basic principle behind any isometric projection is top surface should be seen, left surface should be seen, and right surface should be seen. You are concentrating on top surface, right surface, and left surface. Now you carefully follow what I'll do. It is a cube of size 50. I'll do 50, and this is 150. I'll take 50. 150 means it's same as 30. 150. Okay. Now you see here. Now I'll go for the alignment. 50. This line is 50 and this angle is 30. You wait for the alignment. You see here. If you see the alignment, you can see 50, 30 directly. Okay, you click there. Then see here. Again, 50 you put and wait for the alignment. It is minus 30 no. And also you can see this line and this line are parallel. That parallel symbol also is coming. But when it is 50 and minus 30, you can directly click it here. Okay. In the same way, you complete this. Okay. The bottom square has been completed. Now I am concentrating on cube first. I have taken actual dimensions only. This is 50 only. If you observe here, this is actual 50 only. See here, 50 only. Okay. This also 50 only. This also 50. This is also 50. In that way, everything is 50. Now, I'll go for the height here. I'll go height also 50. And again from here also, I'll go for height 50. 50. From here also, I'll go to a height of 50. See here, I got the alignment indicator. In that way, from here also, you go to a height of 50. Okay, these are all the things what you have to do. Okay, now as you know here, this is, you please understand, this is 50. These are all vertical edges. 50. This is 50. This is 50. In that way, 4 vertical edges are there. I'll complete the top surface now. From this to end of this, from end of this, end of this, end of this, I'll complete. Okay. Now this is the isometric view I've already got. But as I've told you, in any isometric projection, your top surface should be darkened. Okay, top surface should be darkened, left surface should be darkened, right surface should be darkened. This is top surface. You see here, keeping the control button pressed. Okay, you see here, I'll keeping the control button pressed. This, can you understand? This are done, and I've increased it to 0.5. Can you understand? Top surface is darkened. Okay, then keeping the control button pressed, you do this. Left surface is darkened. Keeping control button pressed. Okay, and make it 0.5. In that way, this is top surface is darkened, left surface is darkened, right surface is darkened. Okay, now you understand this. You see here, if you go for the dimensioning, this is 30 degree. This is also 30 degree. Hope you know. Okay, this is 30 degree, this is 30 degree. Okay, now top surface, left surface, right surface, everything is darkened. Over this you have a sphere. First you understand this. See here, now imagine VP to be behind this object. Okay, imagine VP to be behind this object. My direction of vision is perpendicular to VP. Once it is 30 degree and all these lengths, okay, since it is 30 degrees, when it has been, you see here, it is lifted over a corner. It is not completely resting on HP. It is lifted over a corner so that the base is raised. Can you see? When base is, this is the base. When the base is raised, so that about a corner, when the base is raised, you are able to see the top surface. This is the basic concept. Otherwise, you could have seen only left surface and right surface. Only to enable top surface seeing, what I've done is I've lifted over the corner so that the base is raised so that the top surface is seen by the observer. When this is in this position, as you see here, these all will be inclined to VP. Okay. When it is inclined to VP, you can prove that these things will reduce by 0.816 times the original length. Now, this you can call it as isometric view. When, as I told you in the sessions and all that, when spheres and hemispheres are not involved, you do isometric view and finally take 0.816 and get isometric projection and all that. But now, since sphere is seated over this, you have to compulsorily do isometric projection only, because I'll tell you the reason. Okay, now you see here, this is 50 actually. Okay, this is 50, this 50, this is 50, everything is 50. Now, since it is raised about a corner, so the base surface is lifted, when you are looking perpendicular to VP, all these lengths will reduce by 0.816 times the original length. Okay, as a result, this has to be made isometric projection. That means when it is raised, when the base is raised about a corner, so as to enable the top surface seen, all these lengths will be inclined to VP and will be reduced by 0.816 times the original length. If this is 50, it will be 50 into 0.816. That is why what I'll do here is, I have a separate command here. If you see here, here you have a scale, no? Scale command is there. Okay. Take scale, select the entire thing. I've selected the entire thing, and the scale factor, you put 0.816. Okay. And put enter. Okay. Then take the same corner and do that. That means it has reduced now. It has been reduced. This has become isometric projection. Earlier it was isometric view. You please understand. If it is 50 by 50, everything was 50. It was called isometric view. Now, since isometric projection has been asked, I have multiplied by 0.816 and I have converted into isometric projection. Okay, this is the isometric projection. Okay. Now, you see here. Upon this, you have a sphere. Now, you see here, sphere, here, if it is a square prism, no. If it is lifted about a corner, if the base is raised up, you are able to see the top surface. As a result, all edges will be inclined to VP. As a result, you will have a reduced length. But when it is a sphere, even if you, there is no corner as such for a sphere, even if you, that is tilt the sphere in the front view, when the observer is looking perpendicular to VP, the diameter of the sphere will not reduce. That is why, in always you should remember, if it is a sphere, the sphere will not reduce in isometric. You don't have to multiply by 0.816. We'll take the actual diameter itself. Now you see here, you take this, that is circle, take the circle, and the sphere diameter is 50, 50 only you draw. Okay, this is a sphere of diameter 50. Can you see that? You darken this also. Okay, this also, this is the sphere which has to be placed here. Now imagine, you see here, I've told you in isometric basics, all these edges are isometric edges. That means this edge, all edges of this cube, all edges, whatever I've written here, all edges are isometric. The edges which are not parallel to these edges are called non-isometric edges. Now, you see here, this is a diameter 50. Can you see the diameter 50? When this is placed over this, okay, the common axis is parallel to one of these edges. No, that will be isometric. That will reduce. That is why, did you follow? I am repeating again. When this sphere rests over this centrally, the common axis from the sphere to the cube, the common axis is parallel to one of these edges. As a result, this will be isometric. That is why what I'll do is, I'll take 0.13, mid to mid, I'll draw one line. This is mid. Again, from mid to mid, I'll draw one line. Okay. See here, this is the center of the top surface of a cube. Now what I'll do now, from here, I'll go to a distance of 25 ISO. Okay, 25 ISO I'll go. Okay, I'll go here. Okay, this, if you call it as this distance, no? This you take, this will be 25 okay, 25 into 0.816, almost it is 20.4. That means you get the center now. This is 25 ISO. Okay, this is 25 ISO. 25 into 0.816, it is almost 20.46. This, now you are getting another center here. Okay, this point is the center. Now what you do now here is, this has to sit centrally over this. Okay, this sphere has to sit centrally over this. Now you will do in this way. First, we'll name this. Just for your understanding, I'm giving you. Text you go. You call it as C0. Call it as C0. C0. Let it be C0. Okay, then this will be C1. Okay, now we will continue this problem in section 2 of isometric. Okay, and the demo. Thank you very much for watching. Please continue with the session 2. Thank you very much.